Purple stands for parity, or at least it does in Switzerland today. At midnight, hundreds of women in Lausanne gathered for the lively launch of a new nationwide strike, aimed at highlighting Switzerland's failure to defend the rights of women and families.
Equality is enshrined in the Constitution, but real effective equality doesn't exist for all women. We have so many claims and so many reasons for this large popular protest by women, because despite all these laws, we haven't really obtained equality.
Back in 1991, the first women's strike in the Alpine nation made history when 500,000 women rallied to call for gender equality. But 30 years on, thousands of Swiss women from all walks of life are again downing tools in protest. They say despite its high living standards, Switzerland still falls short of the mark when it comes to putting women on a level playing field with men.
We're really behind our European neighbours when it comes to ensuring that women are able to do their jobs, whether it's school hours, the very high costs of daycare, no paternity leave.
Activists hope this new purple wave of discontent will force policymakers to put issues affecting half the population back into focus.
For more on this strike in Switzerland, I'm joined now by Beatrice Born, a journalist based in the capital of Bern. Beatrice, thanks for joining me. You took part in the strike back in 1991. Why were you out again today, almost 30 years later?
Well, we did some progress. We have a mother insurance. We have the right. We can go on the court to fight for the same salary as the man for the same job. But in reality, it's not the case. So I want to fight for really that we have the same. We get the same money for the same job, and equality. Really, also in the position in the society, and there is a big lack.
Let's talk a bit about your personal background. Have you experienced inequality because you're a woman?
Well, it was not such a hard cut. But when I went into the subject, and I remembered suddenly that when I was pregnant, and in 1991 I was in the 6th month, and when my daughter was born, I expected to go back to my job as a team leader, as a journalist. And when I was on my mother's holiday, I got a phone call that this is not necessary, that they don't expect me to come back on the same level. So I was very astonished because this didn't came into my mind that this could be possible.
Switzerland is one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Why does it lag behind when it comes to gender equality?
Well, I think on the level of the law, we are quite forward. We really went forward, but in the heads of the women and the men in Switzerland, as a very traditional country, there is the big lack. There is a big lack between towns and villages, for example. I think it is also because we have this direct democracy. We had to convince men that they give us the right to vote in 1971, for example. And I think it's also the wealthiness, perhaps, also of our country, because women, they can choose if they want to stay at home or not, or if they, for women who are forced to go to work, they have no choice. So this might be also an explanation.
Beatrice Born, a journalist taking part in today's women's strike in Switzerland. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicole.